So my name is Simon Clephan. I'm here from AppSense today to talk to a couple of my colleagues at Citrix, talking about a couple of wins that we've had that have been particularly driven by our Citrix Ready partnership that really helped and was instrumental in us moving forward with this customer partnership. We've been a Citrix Ready member since the beginning of the program, and we are currently a Premier member, and we find this as a very useful tool for bringing together AppSense and Citrix as teams working together to essentially close more business together. So I'm here with Chad Cook and with Bill Kennon, and we're going to talk a little bit about the success that we had at Houston Methodist. So first of all, from a business perspective, can you tell me a little bit about what was going on at Houston Methodist, Chad?
Yeah, Methodist was rolling out Epic, which they were spending $200 million, so it was a huge investment that they were about to embark on. And so all that was driven by the customer's desire to have the best patient experience, but also to attract doctors, which those in combination really kind of create a competitive advantage for them at Methodist. So that's really the core of what they were trying to drive towards.
And the AppSense team, I know, were very focused on the message that we got loud and clear from Houston Methodist was end user experience. It has to be a superb end user experience, has to be a consistent end user experience, and anything you can help us to make sure that our doctors are happy with what we're delivering as a team is going to make this happen and make this happen better. Bill, what was it from your perspective? What was sort of the technology side of the solution?
What Methodist had before was over 500 applications that were installed in a legacy environment, and that environment had really been in a break-fix mode for more than 10 years, almost 15 years. So Sean and the team at Methodist had been pulled in from other prior locations, other hospital systems, so that they could go ahead and do two things. One was to roll out Epic, and the other was to take that existing environment and make it so that the users, which are the doctors, the nurses, and the rest of the clinical staff, would have a 100% uniform, excellent experience no matter which application they launched or where they launched it from.
And one of the neat things that we found with this was that there was a good communication, good teamwork going on between AppSense and Citrix. So the team of Michael Quirin, who was the account executive from AppSense, and Trey Baumgardner, who was the systems engineer, worked closely with Bill to make sure that we were tied together and that we could deliver exactly what Sean wanted at Houston Methodist. So you pull those things together and that's what really works. And part of that is basically having that validation of our technology through the programs like Citrix Ready, where we can show and we have customer examples, we have customer references where we can prove that this technology really works and we could deliver the performance they were expecting, not just for the POC, but also when they went to scale. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about the scale that you're expecting at this account, Chad, because it is a monster account.
Yeah, I mean, all driven by that user experience. I mean, they needed to have that access to applications quickly. And the AppSense team really, their knowledge of Citrix was really key. Michael Quirin, he was an old Citrix guy, so he is very knowledgeable about Citrix, but the reality is the whole team was, and they're very focused on starting from the end in mind, like what is the customer trying to accomplish? And working backwards, and that's where really AppSense really complemented Citrix very well. They did a great job.
Thank you. And the size of the deal was really one of the things that was mission critical for us to be successful. This is a 21,000 seat opportunity for both of us in basically driving both physical and virtual deployments of the end user desktops for the customers. So, one last sort of question before we can you tell us a little bit about what the total solution package was from the Citrix side? I know there was a lot of things involved. It wasn't just Zen app, it wasn't just Zen desktop. What was it that made it such a comprehensive solution?
Early in discussions with Methodist, we found that there were a lot of opportunities that they hadn't really even thought about. So we did a meeting where we had an exploration to find out what exactly were they trying to deliver to the doctors, to the nurses, what in their world would be a complete perfect solution. We found that there was opportunities for NetScaler. so that they could go ahead and have improved access from home for doctors and nurses to be able to do things that they couldn't do before, such as be able to stay at home, check up on patients, look at medical records, but to do it securely and to be 100% HIPAA compliant. Another thing was mobility, where, and Chad can talk a bit about how that went, but we had a huge opportunity that we were able to successfully roll up into CWB.
Yeah, well, it was just going to be really just focused on delivering the application, but when we looked at the bigger picture, it was about the flexibility and kind of driving to those business goals. So we kind of expanded the picture, which for us, that enabled us to sell our Citrix Workspace Suite, and which has the application delivery, the desktop delivery, and the mobility and the file sharing capabilities with share files. So we were able to expand it, and the customer, it boiled down to trust, I think. The customer trusted us. They felt like we could deliver. And we were very critical to delivering this key application. So that was really where I think we made a difference. And for that, they did a 3-year deal with us, and it was $2.6 million, $2.8 million, excuse me. So it was a great win.
Yep, and it was a great win for AppSense as well, with a deal over 7 figures. So these things really happen. And just in summary, guys, it seemed to me that the key elements of this is that the customer had some familiarity with both Citrix and AppSense, but they knew they could trust that Citrix and AppSense would work together to solve any problems that might come through. And this is, this comes from the validation of the Citrix Ready program, that we can work together as partners and that we have a really good, solid solution. The one, my one ask of other Citrix account executives and AppSense teams is, let's work together, guys, because there are a lot more opportunities like this out there where we can do better together when we work together, when we solve customer problems together, and we show the customer how the solutions work best. Yeah. Thank you very much for your time, gentlemen.
Thank you.